everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Megan and Dave Untitled Podcast, Episode 9. I'm your host, Megan, and that's Dave.
I
And obviously, there seems like to be a midlife crisis going on right now online. Facebook and Twitter is because Facebook and Instagram is currently down.
I don't know if it's a midlife crisis, but it's more of a teenage crisis because all teenagers will be like, what the hell? What am I gonna do with Facebook? What can I do with my life? Maybe go outside. I can't go outside because I need to take pictures of everything, all the food, and take selfies with sticks.
No, but back in the day where we wouldn't have like the Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. You know, if something was down, if something was down and we had dial up, we would have to wait. And then when people were waiting for dial up,
yeah, we didn't have to worry. We didn't have to worry about stuff being down back then. We would just have to worry about waiting 10 minutes for a page to load.
And then we had to get off the computer with my mom, if my parents needed to use the phone, the good stuff. But here's the thing, my mom gave my brother and I an old computer, and that old computer, we would just play our computer games on there, like, it's the CD-ROMs when it was the CD-ROMs back in the day, which was pretty cool. Kids these days with the Netflix, the whole Wi-Fi, the iPhones, getting iPhones. I was 22 by the time I got my first iPhone. Phone, where didn't have net on it. I had to wait till I got home. And then at the time, you had DSL and a storm going down. That stuff was nuts.
We sound like two old people just complaining about the internet. Back in my day, we didn't have to worry about the hi-fis. Huh?
Pardon?
What?
Back in my day.
Yeah, I just did that. Besides, you're saying that you were 22 and you had your first iPhone. I'm closing in on 30 and I haven't got an iPhone. I'm on the Android side, so there's that.
Oh Lord! All right, so since Dave has a Android and we're talking about crazy stuff, Fastlane.
Seamless transition.
What? What the?
How can a show feel like such a drag but still have too much stuff in it?
They really done messed up here, and apparently they booked cockeyed, or they booked messed up, or they said screw it, we're just gonna add random booking. But here's the thing: we finally have a winner, Dave.
Yay!
And no ties, thank God. Even though it was just a crazy show, so crazy that I'm losing my marbles.
You'll lose. Well, okay. Let's just put a quick roundup of the whole week. Saturday night, you were afraid of losing your marbles. At the end of Sunday, you felt like you were losing them. But by now, I think you've lost them. You're trying to find them again. We'll get to reasons why in a minute. Okay. Just what was the score? 7-0. Yeah, I got 7 right. You got 6 right, and we didn't count 2 matches because one match we predicted was Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. That got changed. Sorry. Those two matches got changed. It was Andrade versus Rey Mysterio, and the WWE title. Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan. The precedent that we've set before is that if we predict a match, actually, what was it? Actually, sorry, it'd be 3, wouldn't it? Seven. I got 7 right. You got 6 right, and there was 3 we counted as no contest. The precedent we set was, if a match gets changed, if people get added to a match, we don't count it as a prediction. We turn it to a no contest. If a match gets added the day of, and we don't have a prediction for it, we don't count it. There was no, actually, no, it was no the. I'm lost. New Day versus Nakarusev. That got added on the Friday, so we predicted that. So it wasn't predicted on the show, but we predicted it afterwards. So we added it to the graphic thing. But the 2 matches in question were changed on the night, so we turned them into no contests. I'm not good at predicting. I'm not good at explaining stuff. I'm not even good at explaining how I'm not good at explaining stuff. What the hell? Long story short, I still won. Because... Okay. We'll get to that when we get to. Long story short, this is the rundown. We had the New Day beat Nakamura and Rusev. Poor Nakamura and Rusev. The Usos beat The Miz and Shane McMahon. Couple points. Shane McMahon doing that intercept in the middle of the air, the coast to coast, hitting Jay or Jimmy, one of the Usos. Ow. Looked good, but looked like a hurt. And then heel Shane McMahon. Everybody, a lot of people were probably saying it's gonna be Miz and Shane McMahon at WrestleMania, but I'm sure at least 80% of the people would have thought the Miz was gonna turn on Shane. Nah, the other way around. It's still weird to see Miz as a face. Still weird. Asuka defeated Mandy Rose. Sonya jumped the gun, and then she cost Mandy the match because of Mandy tripping on the apron. As I saw, Adam Magidi or Cardaholic say before, that in this match nobody was ready for apron. So
what?
Yeah, it's like no one's ready for Asuka, nobody's ready for apron. But that's how the match ended. Mandy tripped on the apron, got kicked in the head, and that was it. We had the bait and switch. What was it? It was New Day was in Vince McMahon's office, and McMahon said it's gonna be a triple threat for the WWE Championship. And it's like, Kofi, you're gonna go to the ring right now. And he went to the ring. Everybody was hyped, and it's like, nah, it's actually a handicap match. You get beaten up by the bar. There you go, and he did. Revival retained the tag titles against Rude and Gable and Black and Ricochet. Yeah. The match got changed. Okay, this is okay. The Kofi thing was questionable booking number 1. This is questionable booking number 2. Why do this match again? The Fatal 4-Way for the US title. Why do it again? If you're gonna do it on the fast lane, then why'd you do it on SmackDown first? To be fair, it was better, but why'd you do it? I don't know. Why do a repeat? Anyway, Joe retains. Bayley and Sasha versus Nia Jax and Tamina. There was 2 spots in this match for Nia and Tamina that looked pretty sloppy. I think it was Nia trying to catch someone twice and basically failed. But the thing is, I don't know where to put the blame on that. Whether it was Tamina's fault or Nia's fault. Because it was the first time, I think it was like Tamina was supposed to draw someone onto Nia, but Nia dropped her. And the second time, it was Bayley. I think it was Bayley that jumped off the top rope and tried to land on Nia and Tamina on the outside, but Tamina fell down. So it looked kind of sloppy. Again, so I don't know. I really don't. It didn't look great, but okay. Bayley and Sasha won. Then Nia and Tamina beat them down right away. And then it led to Beth Phoenix, who by the way was doing commentary on the match, standing off with them, and then she attacked them, and then she got beaten down. Then Natalia came down, and she got beaten down. So you had this is weird. You had your women's tag champions win the match, and it was the two that lost the match are the ones that are standing tall. It's set up a WrestleMania match, sure, but this is a weird way of doing it. Questionable booking number 3. Questionable booking number 4. I feel bad for Mustafa. He's not doing anything wrong, but it's like he kept getting unfortunate spots. The triple threat match for the WWE title gets Mustafa Ali put in, and because of Mustafa, not Kofi, the crowd starts shitting on him because they want Kofi.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, the 3 of them do their best to try to get them back into the match. And at both times they succeeded and also failed. Because it was like everyone got invested in the match, but they still wanted Kofi. Guys, look at the big picture. WrestleMania. You know, it's all going to WrestleMania. Road to WrestleMania. Fast lane thing. Anyway, Brian won. Get away. Questionable booking number 5. And, well, actually, I'll say it at the end. This, if you, oh my god. Okay, yeah, Becky versus Charlotte. And it all boiled down to Ronda attacking Becky so that Becky gets put in the triple threat match because she won by disqualification. If you take a look at this, if you could find, if you could think of a way to make 3 women in setting up for a match all look bad, it would all look worse than this. I'd like to hear it, because this made no one look good. If you think about it,
it was just atrocious.
It made Charlotte look bad because she couldn't beat a one-legged woman. Basically, to take a Jim Ross quote, paraphrase it, couldn't beat a one-legged woman in an ass-kicking contest. It made Becky look bad because she couldn't win on her own. She had someone else to do it to get her into the match. And also, I'm a Becky fan, but I'm just going to say this. Why are you smiling? You're in the match, sure, but could you look more confused than that? Like everybody else? And, that's my phone. And it made Ronda look bad because she looks like an idiot. Why would you make it a triple threat? You could easily just poke Charlotte and it would have kept it a singles match, and you would have had a better chance of winning a WrestleMania.
Mhm.
Great job. You gonna say something?
This has been atrocious because obviously I defended Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda's scenario back a couple weeks ago. I feel like an idiot defending this. Yeah.
No. I think you defending it a couple weeks ago was justified. I could totally understand you doing that. However, between then and now, they've definitely jumped the shark.
This is just a mess all over the place. Becky, and this is just my opinion. I personally think Becky versus Charlotte versus Ronda shouldn't be main event, and I'll tell you why. The storyline is all over the place. If this was me, I would have cleaned up this mess. But to be honest, I think this whole Fastlane thing, this whole card pay-per-view thing, was too rushed, and the only actual thing they cared about was the main event.
No, I did no. I don't think the whole Fastlane thing was rushed. I think it's just this storyline in particular, the women's triple threat thing.
Hmm.
Honestly, in my opinion, again, like I'm putting the disclaimer. I know you're the Finn fan, you go mad over it, but it's like I'm looking. I'm the Becky fan. I'm trying to be justified and level-headed in this, and I don't go all the time when you talk about it. Uh,
Hmm.
but here's the thing. This match was being hyped as being the first women's main event. This possibly the first women's main event or last match into WrestleMania. They blew it. And the thing is, I can't blame anybody. I can't blame any of the three women. I just blame the creator for this because they've basically squandered this by trying to do too much. They've had what was it? They had what 12 weeks, even more, between TLC and WrestleMania to try to weave a story. But the issue, but I think the issue was WWE was thinking we've got these 12 weeks, but because it's two SmackDown women fighting for a Raw title, we've got to put everything on both shows, and we've got to do something on every single show, and that was it. As soon as they thought that was it. Fine, like you could try to do something on both shows and all that, but it's just ridiculous, you know. And also, they tried to overcomplicate things as well with the suspension and the injury and yeah, and you know, it's oh my god. And it's like, and also like they getting rid of the suspension and then trying to fight a way into the match. Which fair enough, I can understand the fighting your way into the match thing, but it's too complicated now, and it's a mess. And I think WWE and in the same time between Royal Rumble and Fastlane, you've now got the Kofi thing, and you've got Roman Reigns. Now I'm not saying they're gonna put Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania, but it's now like Becky and the title is not the main focus anymore. You've got Roman Reigns that came back, you put some focus on that. You've got Kofi you can put into the WWE title match, you can focus on that. Now the focus is on other places, and I think if WWE wanted to have this match go last, which I wasn't even thinking they're gonna do that anyway, but if you're gonna have the triple threat main event WrestleMania, this was the chance for them to do it. And I think they blew it.
They blew this. You know what? I will not be surprised if it's Seth Rollins versus the hell's his name, Brock Lesnar, to make me slam my head even more.
No, that I'd say that I would say that would happen. Like looking at the Rumble, the two matches that could have main event, I thought could have main evented WrestleMania would be the Universal title, the Raw Women's title. Those are the two. Even with the Kofi thing building up, I don't see that main event the WrestleMania because the WWE title can't even main event the B shows. So how could it main event the show?
But no, there's a reason why our titles are not main event. They do used to back in the day because we have to butt sniff the Shield.
To be fair, in circumstances like even if you put aside the what's called the bias against him you have, it's like if you think about it, you can kind of understand why they did this. Especially with the hype and especially with the hype and the last ride, which by the way they were saying that so much and bringing up Dean Ambrose leaving so much, it's starting to make me wonder if Ambrose is even leaving. Because why would they bring it up? Why would they bring it up so much?
We're probably gonna look at it and we're gonna slam our head. So yeah.
Well, anyway, Shield won the main event, and that's it. Because
And
surprise!
Fuck this show.
Because surprise!
Next.
And I won. That's that. Alright. But yeah. Fastlane was a show that was too long and had too much in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it felt like a drag and felt like too much. I don't know. Anyway. Oh yeah, I forgot. You had the Elias stuff throughout the show as well. And he didn't get interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had he showed up 3 times, didn't get interrupted until the very end, and then during that, what was it? He got RKO'd and then AJ showed up. So you've got another match from WrestleMania set up there. Hooray!
Okay.
Okay, so to Raw. Okay. Shield show up, because, of course, it's like kind of like a farewell address. They said farewell, bye. And then Rollins continues on his own, because, you know, he's got a title match to go after. And then Heyman shows up, because, well, someone's got to show up representing Brock Lesnar. Video package, and then Shelton Benjamin shows up, which is a bit of a surprise. And actually, if you do think about it, and if you actually saw the, I guess the dark segment at the ad break, which he put up on .com or they put on YouTube, Shelton Benjamin being on Brock's side actually makes sense because they were actually legit tag partners and came up together in college as well, so it makes sense in that. But Benjamin didn't win. Seth wins because, you know, gotta build the guy up strong. But then I remember someone saying Brock literally phoned it in because Paul Heyman was on the commentary and he called him, basically saying, "Oh, I'm gonna show up next week." Okay, cool. I'm gonna show up and get my $2 million for showing up for $2 million per appearance fee.
Oh god.
Okay, I'm gonna make this next bit as painless as possible. Okay. Finn versus Lashley. Leo interferes. Lashley wins the title. Everybody else goes, "What the fuck?" Shall I move on quickly? Okay, I'll move on.
We'll talk about it when we get to WrestleMania. The WrestleMania part.
Ronda shows up. Basically calls everybody bandwagon bitches. And to continue on from my running joke that I actually didn't use tonight of Tamina's still there. Let's change it a little bit. Dana Brooke is still there. And she's face again? And I thought Big Show turns his face and heel too many times. Without question. Yeah, Dana Brooke shows up, goes up against Ronda Rousey for all the bad stuff she said. Rousey attacks her and nearly spikes her on her head. I did see someone point out that, you know, when apparently when Rousey picked Dana up to do the finisher, she grabbed her arm rather than her head to duck her, and well, that could have ended badly.
I know.
There you go. So Rousey good making friends. Okay. Black and Ricochet versus Root and Gable. Black and Ricochet wins. Okay. And then Revival attack him. Okay. Alexa Bliss with a moment of bliss. Introduces the host of WrestleMania herself. Is she still not clear to compete? What's going on? What's going on there?
I honestly don't know.
I guess you gotta do something have her do something at WrestleMania. I guess I don't know. Just weird. I guess it's like you can't have her be in the women's title match, so I guess this is best alternative. Elias shows up. Noah Hero Jose interrupts, and Elias beats him up. Hooray! Two musical gimmicks I don't really care about beat each other up. Hooray! Lacey Evans comes out and does her whatever her gimmick is now. And yeah, there you go. And then Nia Jackson goes up against Natalya. Beth Phoenix in Natalia's corner. And goes 30 seconds before Beth just says, "The hell with this! I'm gonna attack it." And there you go. Then Jax and Tamina go backstage, and then Bayley and Sasha Banks attack them. So there's that. Okay, again. Then you got the interesting backstage bit of Braun Strowman. I don't know if you caught this. So going off over what happened last week with the Saturday Night Live guys, I still don't know. Braun Strowman gets gifted a car from one of those two guys, and then Braun Strowman gets mad and then destroys it.
And ironically enough, he has a toy car.
Within... Thank you. Thank you for spoiling what I was about to say. Within 60 seconds, WWE Shop tweet out, "Hey, you can buy this action figure of Braun Strowman beating up a car." Within 60 seconds. And I am not joking because I saw it myself. Wow. I don't know if WWE are geniuses or just completely shameless. Or both.
Oh god.
Triple H in the ring. The showdown with Triple H and Batista. This basically comes down to a shout match of give me what I want. No, give me what I want. No, give me what I want. Okay. There you go. And now we've got Triple H and Batista no holds barred at WrestleMania.
Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting. And then Kurt Angle shows up, and this was weird. Didn't we just have this exact same segment a month ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kurt Angle has a segment. It's in Pittsburgh, by the way, and announces that he will have his retirement match at WrestleMania, which is one of those I'll see it when I believe it kind of things, because Kurt Angle's already done this kind of retirement thing before, and he's wrestling again. And retirements in wrestling don't really last. We'll see. Let's do Kurt Angle versus Apollo Crews. Actually, the nice part I saw was they had a commercial break at the entrances, and during that, Kurt Angle actually was signing autographs during the ad break, which is nice.
Okay.
Which is nice, hey, if there's a farewell, might as well give back a little bit. We were supposed to have Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin, but then McIntyre just basically takes out Reigns. And then it turns into, then Dean Ambrose shows up and says, "Here, give me McIntyre, Falls Count Anywhere." And Triple H is like, "Okay." And then you have Falls Count Anywhere match. What do you do with them?
He's like, "Okay."
Okay. And, it basically ends up being Drew McIntyre basically decapitating Dean Ambrose. Just about. Which, and I think this is what people wanted to see Drew McIntyre be like. Be this psychopath basically. And I'll be interested to see how they go with this, because they could actually go two different ways with this. With Drew McIntyre for WrestleMania, have Drew face Ambrose when he comes back, if he does come back. Either that, or this actually completely writes Ambrose off, and that's it. He's done completely. That's him gone from the company. Or they could set up it being Ambrose versus Reigns, or not Ambrose versus Reigns, McIntyre versus Reigns, because of the original attack. So it'll be interesting to see which way they go with this. Or they could go neither and just have Drew McIntyre put in the Battle Royal, because WWE. There's that. Any thoughts? Or should we just move on?
I think that this might well happen.
Sorry?
I think this might well happen.
What will happen?
I think this might happen.
What will happen?
Ambrose being written off and McIntyre facing off against Roman.
Okay, alright. Because I did give you two options. I said this could happen. I don't know which one's this. I gave you two choices.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, SmackDown. Shane McMahon comes out. He basically goes ham on the ring announcer. Basically saying, introduce me with feeling. Say it like you mean it. Because I'm a McMahon, damn it. Say, I'm the best in the world and say it with feeling. And basically goes off against The Miz and Miz's dad and his baked potato face. That's the one line that stood out for me. And that basically sets up Miz and Shane at Mania. There you go. We had Black Ricochet and the Hardy Boys against the Bar and Nakarusev. Daisy turns up into a big schmoz, and then the New Day come out, and they are angry. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'll say this because I saw someone mention this before, and I'm looking at this card, looking at this, I can actually understand it. Going back to Black and Ricochet, do you think they are being overexposed right now?
A little bit, yes.
Because they have literally been on every show since they've been called up. Every Raw, every SmackDown, every pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
So it may be a bit too much. Randy Orton comes out and tried to bash AJ Styles and the Indies, which seemed to have been a recurring theme this week because Triple H did it too. Styles challenges Orton for a match at WrestleMania, and Orton doesn't say anything, just walks off. So that's definitely gonna happen. You got Asuka versus Sonya. This miscommunication between Mandy and Sonya leads to Asuka winning again. And then you've got the Iconics calling out Sasha and Bayley. So I guess that's your women's tag title match at Mania, or leading up to it. Then you had Becky basically shitting all over on her. Then Charlotte comes out, says some things, and that's basically it. Said some words, and there you go. You got a promo.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Bryan says he talked to Miss McMahon about Kofi, and there you go. But it ended up being put into a tag match. Then you've got
a gauntlet.
No, well, yeah. For later, for tag match for tonight. Oh, for that show. Then you had R-Truth and Mysterio versus Samoa Joe and Andrade, and the running theme for this show, or for this match, was, what the hell was Mysterio wearing? You just buzzed in there. What you guys say about that? I don't know. Yeah, that was weird. Truth Mysterio win. Mysterio rolls up Joe, so there you go. Then the tag match that got set up, Owens and Mustafa Ali versus Bryan and Rowan. Bryan and Rowan win. Rowan got the win, weirdly enough, for this one. I guess you gotta build him up strong. Then you've got New Day McMahon. Was the long story short was McMahon saying, I gave you the opportunity and you blew it. And Daniel Bryan, Mr. McMahon said Daniel Bryan called him a B+ player. So there's a flashback and there's a buzz again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not lying. And then Mr. McMahon says, I'll give you your WWE title match at WrestleMania if you win a gauntlet match tomorrow, next week, which says you must beat Randy Orton, Sheamus, Cesaro, Samoa Joe, and Rowan in a gauntlet match, and if you do that, you got your shot at Mania. And then big brawl to end the show.
All hell breaks loose.
Yeah. Wow. What can you say about that?
It was a crazy show.
Crazy week.
Mm-hmm.
And we've still got 3 weeks left to Mania. Oh boy. Any thoughts you want to bring up about the week?
First things first, I do want to talk about the whole Finn losing the title thing.
Okay.
It was disappointing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't think you're the only one that could say that.
Because a month ago, we were all celebrating. We were all actually, oh my god, new Intercontinental Champion, finally, 2 years in the making, and so forth. And then you mentioned the fact that, okay, he could lose the title the next month. You said don't be surprised. And obviously, that happened. It wasn't at Fastlane, but it was on Monday Night Raw. Now, I know a lot of fans are freaking out and everything, and obviously they were taking a little bit too far. They were saying, "Oh, hey, bring up AEW. Go to AEW. Not when's your contract?" However, 24 hours after he lost the title, an interesting rumor came up regarding his plans for WrestleMania 35. And I'm going to read this, and it's pretty interesting to why he lost the title. Apparently, Wrestling Votes, who is 99.99999% right half the time, chatting with a source this morning.
Wait, hang on. Did you just say there were 99.99999% right half the time?
Yes.
That doesn't make sense. That sounds like an Anchorman quote.
Okay.
Like the quote in that movie, it says they've done studies 60% of the time it works every time.
Okay.
Just saying.
Honestly, Wrestle Votes, to be honest, is 99.9% right most of the time.
Did it again
this morning. One notable quote. What?
It's like no, forget it.
Chatting with the source this morning. One notable quote. Figuring out they took the IC title off Finn for a reason. I think they have something for him at Mania. What do we think it is?
Go on then. What's your theory?
I think he's facing Taker for passing of the torch. because if they're taking Lashley up back to the Intercontinental Champion, he's going into Mania as champion with Leo Rush, and they're gonna have a huge clusterfuck match. And I'm sure WWE does not want Finn in that position again. I think Finn's facing Taker for passing the
Uh,
torch,
I
or he can might as well be facing Kurt in his final match. But I don't see that happening
mm-mm, mm-mm,
neither.
mm-mm. I I don't see that happening
Okay, what's your
because
thing?
I don't see that happen because honestly it's like, and okay, someone may prove me wrong on this, but if they were going to have Taker in a match at WrestleMania, you'd think they would have brought them up by now.
Exactly.
We're now 3 weeks away, and not one mention has brought up. Hell, even last year when you had Cena doing the whole, trying to call out Taker and he doesn't show up thing until the night of WrestleMania. Like, is he even going to show up at WrestleMania? He brought him up for like a good 6 weeks or so for that match.
Yeah.
So, if I'd say it's probably 95% sure it's going to happen. But if it was going to happen, if it is going to happen, something's got to be brought up next Monday. If it doesn't happen next Monday, then it's not happening because they have to build it up. Like they can't just have like a WrestleMania. Like they can't have Undertaker do a WrestleMania match and not build it up.
Exactly.
They can't do that. The other thought that I had was, and probably what I thought was going to happen from the beginning anyway, is have they had him drop the title so you have a chase into Mania, and so you can have Finn. Okay, and besides, you had the screwy finish with Leo Rush, so it gives him another reason to grab the title again because it wasn't a fair way of losing it. So he's got some justification for going for the title again, and there's a certain entity that we see from him that we haven't seen since SummerSlam.
And it scared the shit out of Leo Rush,
Mm-hmm.
basically. But here's the thing. Let me shut my door because apparently my mom's going to yell. Give me 1 second. Me.
Yeah. We've got technical difficulties, now we've got room difficulties. Storm shootings, yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. And this is what I think is going to happen. Excuse me.
You're excused.
Something tells me another reason is a triple threat. But I don't think they're going to put Finn 2 times in triple threat matches. If my theory does not work, then it might be your theory. But how the hell are they going to play this off 3 weeks into WrestleMania?
How are they going to do it? How are they going to do a triple threat? Like with Leo?
Leo.
Because that would not make sense. Because why would you put them back together so soon after breaking them up just so you can put them against each other again? It doesn't make sense. There could be some justification to doing a triple threat match, and like it's like the handicap match done again, but in a different way. But I don't know. If anything, I could see maybe what they could do on Monday would be they could have Finn versus Leo in like the winner gets the shot, and like, oh, it's I probably actually be like, oh, Leo's gonna be the number 1 contender, so he could just lay on his back, and I could have that big WrestleMania match. We could have a big celebration and all that. But Finn comes out, it's like, no, I'm gonna beat Leo to get that shot, and then I'm gonna beat you at Mania. That kind of thing.
I'm gonna scare the shit out of you as the demon.
Well, I wouldn't bring that up, but I'd be like, that could be like the mind games for the week to go home.
Okay, but here's another thing. If Finn has something big going into WrestleMania, what is the big thing?
Demon entrance.
Well, that is true.
It's a long rampway. It's a long rampway.
Okay, I was thinking this too, but I don't know if this is going to happen too. I think Disturbed should be there because everyone knows I'm a big Disturbed fan. Disturbed should be there and play Finn's theme song.
That ain't gonna happen.
And they have
that's very wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking.
Very wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking. You have that fast beat, and it says, and me, then obviously that noise, and then it goes right to Finn's theme. You know, David Craven, you know, probably the best vocal.
That's still very wishful thinking.
Very best vocal metal rock star out there, to be honest, with his pretty noises and everything like that. He can summon the demon pretty well with those vocals.
That's still very wishful thinking. I'm basically trying to say that's not gonna happen.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
But so
it'll be more likely getting Limp Bizkit to play his entrance than Death Deserved.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Or Kid Rock.
Show's cancelled. No, it's kidding. Oh fuck no.
Hey, we don't have our celebrity inductee yet. It could be Limp Bizkit. I don't know.
So what's your theory?
Demon entrance. Simple as that.
Okay.
Demon shows up in Mania, wins the IC title. Simple as that.
So what do you think? So you think he's gonna play My Games on Monday?
No, I just think it's gonna Finn's gonna beat Leo, become #1 contender, and then you're gonna have Mind Games going into the go home show. Like Lashley's saying, "Oh, I've already beaten you for the title." You know, what are the chances of you have beaten me again? Then you've got the hint of the demon, and then he shows up at Mania and beats him. There you go.
Then we all celebrate.
There we all celebrate, and then you've got to call up him. Oh, actually, I won't say that.
Knock on wood. But here's the thing. What's gonna happen Monday? I mean, obviously the. I just
said. Like Finn will beat Leo, #1 contender. There you go. There's your match again.
Here's the thing. If the rematch clause is now officially out the window.
Bullshit. What was Monday? If that's not a rematch clause, then what was it? There you go. It's like basically everything that the McMahon said on the first show of the year has basically been completely scrapped. So don't pay attention to that, and we're back to what we were like before that.
I call timeout. Rollins got his rematch for the Intercontinental Championship in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Exactly. Ignore everything that they said on Raw the first show 2019 because none of them has actually stuck.
Yeah. And if that was the case, Finn would be in this match with you. So you think the road to WrestleMania is Lashley gloats, Leo gloats, and eventually
the demon shows up.
Yes.
Yeah. And we have no other theories to talk about because it's Finn and that's it. So there you go.
And Megan will not shut up.
Yep.
But it does suck not seeing him as champion. But obviously, there could be a silver lining. It does suck with him not being champion that much. I should have put it that way. But then again, I should mention Chicago did ruin the result in a way. Just actually a champion.
But just look at look at the whole road. Look at the chase. It's gonna be a chase now rather than him being champion. You know, it's weird it just looks weird having a face champion going into Mania.
Or here's another thing. A couple of Good Brothers are on SmackDown.
No. Have you heard the rumors about them?
I heard the rumors about them, but Carl's son cleared it up a little bit.
Well, I'm not gonna believe it anyway, but I just think that They're not doing anything now. They're probably not going to do anything lately. They're probably just going to go into Battle Royale and that's it. So, yeah. That's
Oh,
all.
don't forget the Battle Royale. Well, I hope none of them go to the Battle Royale.
I don't see him. I don't see him going into the Battle Royale. If he does, if he does, he better win it. But if they put him in, if they have literally nothing else to do with him. But anyway, moving on.
Okay, so we have another. Oh, hold on. USA Today reports Harlem Heat is going into the Hall of Fame.
This week's example of WWE is so damn desperate for media exposure. Next week you're gonna get the celebrity inductee presented by Playboy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Or by People Magazine.
Oh Lord.
Okay, this is a
reports.
Yeah. This is a weird one because, like I saw someone mention that this is the first time you had a solely WCW entity going to the WWE Hall of Fame. Because Harlem Heat were, as a tag team, only ever WCW. Okay, you had Booker T that was singles in WWE afterwards when the company went down. But as a tag team, the two of them, Stevie Ray never competed, never worked for WWE. So it's a weird one if you look at it that way. But it's still a worthy induction. Like, it's a team that deserves recognition. You know, like record-breaking WCW tag champions. I think they won it 10 times. I think it was. Mm-hmm. So they got the accolades. So I got no complaints over this one. Just seems weird. It's a WCW team that's going in. Hey, we got another two-time Hall of Fame. A two-time Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird. It's like Ric Flair was a two-time Hall of Famer. And now, like, he was the only one ever. In this one class, we're gonna have three. Three more.
Jeez.
Yeah, in this one class. Was it three? Two. We're gonna have three. We're gonna have three. Oh. Because it's Ric Flair beforehand, and now this one's gonna be Michaels and Booker T. So it's gonna be three.
Okay.
It's still weird.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts? What is that beeping, by the way?
I don't know what's beeping.
No, it's more of a rumble. Your phone's vibrating or something like that every minute.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, here's the big one. So, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about potentially going on live. Someone asked, "Are we going to do call-in shows?"
No.
No, we're not. But we're going to have a guest appearance on the show.
Maybe.
Them, but we are officially going.
Maybe.
We are officially maybe. We are officially going on live next week, the 20th. As soon as they get home from water ice, it's free water ice. So we're gonna be on the old Wild Candy Visuals Mixler page. Dave will post a link.
No.
What?
We can do it on We can do it on this channel. We can do it on the YouTube channel.
How do we go live on YouTube?
We can go live on YouTube. They do streaming on this.
Streaming on this, but we will be on video.
But it doesn't have to be video. You can do the exact same way we do it beforehand. Yeah, it's like I don't know if you know. It's like these like 8 or 9 videos I'm recording. What I'm uploading is a direct record.
Okay.
So we can do it the exact same way, just live.
Okay, so we'll be live on our official YouTube page.
I do stream it on Twitch, so I know how it works.
Okay, so Dave's gonna do. We're gonna do it. We'll be on our live on our YouTube page next week. I thought it was video the whole entire time.
Doesn't have to be.
Okay, so yeah, that's going. Whoops, we're going live every single tag episode. So
Maybe not every 10, but at the
basically,
very least,
so
we can do it for number 10 because a special occasion. But maybe not every time.
Okay, so maybe not every.
We'll put it under consideration.
So that's a consideration. So I guess that wraps up our show.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, guys. So tune in next week where we go on live.
Hopefully, no tech issues.
Yes. All right, guys, and hopefully no distractions.
Hopefully.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Good night.